So, if you're like me, you've probably seen those 3-ingredient bagel recipes that claim to be high protein. Usually it uses yogurt or cottage cheese, and it's flour, baking powder, or baking soda in some that I've seen, and either cottage cheese or yogurt for the added protein. While I love the idea, I really am very curious if it'll work or not, and what the difference is between the yogurt and the cottage cheese. So I'm going to make both versions and we'll find out. Let's go. First, we'll preheat the oven to 400 degrees and then get to mixing. Both types of bagels have easy 3-ingredient recipes, with the only change being yogurt or cottage cheese, as I mentioned. 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of yogurt or cottage cheese, and 2 teaspoons baking powder. And I added salt, which we'll get to in a minute. You can season with whatever bagel seasoning or flavor you'd like. I'll be using good old everything bagel seasoning. The idea here is very basic. We're going to mix the dry ingredients and then add the slightly less dry ones. Mix them together and then form them into bagel shapes. I started mixing with a spatula, but quickly decided I just needed to get my hands in there. And it was very helpful to squeeze the dough together, as it was fairly wet even though there's no actual liquid. I thought about adding a bit more flour, but the first time I make a recipe, I try my best to follow it exactly for testing purposes, and I'll adjust based on how it turns out afterwards. Going forward, I would add a 1/4 cup of flour. The dough for both of these was very sticky. It made it a little harder to form them into bagel shapes with holes in the middle, and they did end up being quite lumpy, but I suppose as long as they're tasting good when they're done, that's fine. There are a few things you can try if you're struggling when working with sticky dough, like coating your hands in water or oil, but I decided just to be patient this time, and it worked out okay. As a final step, I added everything seasoning for some flavor. I always prefer adding it into the dough mixture rather than on the top of bagels. I made a bagel video earlier, which I'll link below, but I add it into the dough itself so that it's in every bite and it doesn't fall off. Usually when you bake bagels, you'll maybe brush the top with some egg wash and that helps the topping stick, but if you cut them in half like people usually do when eating bagels, you have one part that has toppings and the other part has nothing. It's just plain. So I mix it into the dough. Again, shaping them was a little test in patience since they were so ding-dang sticky, but I got them into bagel-esque shapes and called it good enough. Okay, now let's talk protein. The difference seems to be in the 2 recipes. They both have 1 cup of flour. They both have 1 cup of cottage cheese or yogurt, the dairy. So 1 cup of AP flour has 13 grams of protein. They're both starting with the baseline of 13 because they both have 1 cup of AP flour to start with. Then 1 cup of cottage cheese is 25 grams of protein versus 1 cup of yogurt is 17 grams of protein. So already cottage cheese is kind of winning if you're going for protein. We'll see how it turns out texture-wise and flavor-wise. Now, conversely, like if you're having this for breakfast and you're wanting it to be a high-protein breakfast, what else could you have for breakfast? Things like a regular bagel from the store or from your local shop usually has around 10 grams of protein in it. Something like a piece of toast, 3.1. And an egg, around 6. So as far as this goes, your breakfast, if you're going for high protein, I suppose it looks like cottage cheese is winning. Cottage cheese will give you a total of 38 grams of protein, while yogurt gives you 30. It's only a difference of 8 grams, but if you're going for high protein, for comparison, this whey protein that I use sometimes has 24 grams of protein in a serving. I suppose if you're going for high protein and you would consider a protein smoothie with your breakfast a high protein meal, the bagel with the cottage cheese is 38 grams of protein, which is more than this. So do with that information what you will. The last thing I'll mention about the components of this bagel experiment is the fat. Likely a lot of people, I would think, using this recipe for high protein are probably on the side of more health conscious, and they're trying to get a higher protein diet easier in the morning. 3 ingredients is a pretty easy recipe. It seems like high yield with the amount of protein like we just talked about. Typically, these are also people, I would think, that are using non-fat or low-fat products, meaning non-fat yogurt and non-fat cottage cheese, or low-fat cottage cheese, low-fat yogurt. So I just wanted to say here that fat equals flavor. And in baked goods like these bagels, if it's a main ingredient and you're using a non-fat product, you're gonna lose out on the flavor. And the other job of fat in baked goods is like tenderness and texture. I think it would come out fine with the non-fat, but I'm gonna be using full fat dairy in both of these because I want them to turn out tender and delicious. And if it was a recipe that has, you know, maybe 6 or 7 ingredients and less of, the focus is less on the dairy, it'd be fine and I would use non-fat. But because I know what the job of fat is in baked goods, I'm gonna use a full fat option. That's my personal preference, but I wanted to just put it into context of like why that's my thinking behind it. Again, do with this information what you will. Nope, sorry, one more thing. I have to mention the salt. Some of these recipes don't have salt in them. Put salt in them. If you've made any kind of baked good before, even cakes, brownies, cookies, something that's sweet and you wouldn't think it's salty, you know, if you've made them before, that there's a pinch of salt in there. And there's a reason for that, and it's a very good reason, is that salt makes things taste more like themselves. It will give you a deeper, richer flavor, even if it's just a tiny little pinch. Don't skip the salt. And if the recipe that you're looking at for these bagels doesn't have salt in it, add the salt. Trust me. Again, do with this information what you will. Let's go. I realize that this technically counts as an additional ingredient, and this step could be skipped if you want, but I decided to brush the tops with egg wash to add to the little bit of browning on the top. And then they'll go in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes while I use the rest of the egg wash to make a scramble, of course, because nothing goes to waste. Let's try. Okay, they're kind of flat. I would not cut this open and put cream cheese in it, but let's tear it apart and see what it looks like on the inside. Focus on the bagel. There you go. Okay. Let's give it a shot. It's a little wet, which is surprising because I didn't add more moisture. This is a cottage cheese one, by the way. The everything bagel seasoning is really good though. Okay, let's try yogurt. Yogurt fluffed up a lot more, but let's see. The yogurt one is drier. Interesting. I think you'd probably be safe adding another like 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup of flour to both of these. And I know it would make it increase the amount of ingredients, but maybe add an egg in the dough. I mean, is it tasty? Yes. So I guess if you're going for a high protein, easy, tasty breakfast, sure. Here's the yogurt one, and here's the cream cheese one. So the yogurt one's definitely rose more. And here's the inside. That's the yogurt one. And this is the cottage cheese one. So it seems like even though cottage cheese is higher protein, yogurt might be the way to go for texture. Or maybe the cottage cheese ones need a little bit longer in the oven. It did work out very well to do them at 375 for 20 minutes and then increase it to 425 for the last 5 minutes, because that's what browned them on the top. So that was really good. I would do that again, and I would do the egg wash again, even though that's technically another ingredient. I suppose it works. It made bagels. I don't know if I call them bagels is the thing. They're more like lumps of bread, but they're good. So whatever, I guess. I'll say it worked. Sure. You can kind of see by looking at them that the cottage cheese ones are a lot more flat. They didn't rise as much. The yogurt ones got really nice and kind of puffy. And they're a lot drier on the inside, but not in a bad way. They're not dry. The cottage cheese ones are really wet, especially in the middle. Although that could have to do with the bagel hole closing up in the center. But these kind of did the same thing, and they're not as wet. So, do with that information what you will. They turned out good. It's not the most amazing thing ever, and I like regular bagels better for the bagel, pull it apart, chewy kind of texture. But it worked, and it is higher protein than my protein shake stuff. So I guess it's technically, yeah, it works. And it's tasty, especially with the everything bagel seasoning on the inside. It's real good. I would also do jalapeno cheddar. I think that would be a good combination. Although you'd probably want to increase the flour because the moisture from the jalapeno will get into it and make it too wet. Anyway, if you like this video or you learned something, give it a like. If you'd like to learn more, subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.